Good morning, children. We are discussing and studying about Delhi Sultanate. And last day we studied about the administration of the Delhi Sultanates and consolidation and administration. And in that we studied about the Bandhagan system used by the Delhi Sultans for the administration. According to the system, the Sultan brought different slaves from the different region and gave training and appointed them as a governors and military commanders and officers. Okay, and the system was very good because these people were very faithful to Sultan, and the old nobility and aristocrats, they were not faithful to Sultan. That is why Sultan done like this. Okay, and these people, these slaves, always faithful to their masters, and Sultan could trust also them. So like this, the administration and control of the hinterland and garrison towns is going on very well. Okay. So, like the early sultans, the Ghalji and Tughlaq monarchs appointed military commanders as governors of territories of varying size. These lands were called Ikta, and their landholder was called Iktadar. And the duty of the Muktis was the lead military campaigns and maintain law and order in their Iktas. In exchange for the military service, the Muktis collected the revenue from that land and that they're used for their expense and military expense. Like that, the military administration and all this going on very well. Okay, that is also we discuss. Then, as the Delhi Sultanate brought the hinterland of the cities under the control, they forced the landed chieftains, the Samandas, aristocrats, and rich landlords to accept the authority of the Delhi Sultans. Okay, so after the so now everything is under the control of the Delhi Sultan. The hinterlands and the garrison towns and everything is controlled. After that, the Sultan they forced the landed chieftains, the Samandas, aristocrats, and rich landlords to accept the Mughal authority. Under Alauddin Khalji, the state brought the assessment and collection of land revenue under its own control. Okay, under the Alauddin Khalji, one of the important ruler of the Khalji dynasty, and the Alauddin Khalji, what he did, the fully under the control of this land collection of the revenue, land assessment of land and the collection of the land revenue under its control. The rights of the local chieftains to levy taxes were cancelled and they were also forced to pay taxes. Okay, local chieftains, the power also taken by the Sultan and they also need to pay taxes. Old time, who these local chieftains collected taxes, but that cancelled and they also need to pay taxes. Okay, then the Sultan's administrators measured the land and kept careful accounts. Okay, another one thing is that the Sultan's administrators, they measured the lands clearly, which land is good, which land is bad, which land is given good production. All these kinds of measurement is happen, and according to the land production, they are fixed the taxes. Like that, the tax system also clearly happened. Then mainly three types of taxes they were imposed. That is, one is known as cultivation taxes or called garage. Okay, garage or cultivation taxes, and amounting to about 50% of the peasants' produce. Second one, cattle taxes, and third one, house taxes. Like that, three types of taxes. Okay, first one is that cultivation taxes or garage. It is also known as garage. Okay, how much percentage they have into 50% of the production they have to give to the Sultan. Okay, then house tax also and cattle tax is also imposed by the Sultan. It is important to remember that large part of the subcontinent remained outside the control of the Delhi Sultans. It was difficult to control distant provinces like Bengal from Delhi, and soon after annexing southern India, the entire region became independent. Then some kinds of difficulties Sultan faced, all these sultans faced. That is, it is important to remember that a large part of the subcontinent remained outside the control of Delhi sultans. Okay, because maybe they are so far from the Delhi, that is why always the sultan failed to control the other part of, especially southern part and Bengal and all this, Bengal from Delhi and all these areas. After annexing southern India, the entire region become again independent. Okay, because the sultan's power is not reaching there because it is too long. That is why. Okay, their military expedition. You just to look at the map here. In not this is old textbook. In that old textbook, one map is given. This is Muhammadin Tughlaq, one of the important sultanate ruler and Delhi Sultan's ruler. He annexed all these areas. Look at here, all these areas he annexed. Okay, so almost fully subcontinent. Okay, that means full all the part of the subcontinent he was controlling. But what is happening here, Delhi, from the Delhi, it is very too difficult at that time to control southern part nearby the Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, that area, and this eastern side, Bengal and that area. So it is very too difficult to control. So always the Sultan failed to control these long areas. Okay, that is why it was difficult to control distant provinces like Bengal from Delhi, and soon after annexing southern India, the entire region became independent. Even the Gangetic Plain there were forested areas that Sultanate force could not penetrate. Local chieftains established their rule in these regions. Sometimes rulers like Alauddin Khalji and the Muhammadin Tughlaq could force their control in these areas, but only for a short duration. So, in a short duration, the Sultan Alauddin Khalji and the Muhammadin Tughlaq, they were control these areas, but in a short period only because it is so far from the Delhi. That is why it is very difficult to control that areas. Then the Mongols under the Genghis Khan invaded Transonia in northeast Iran in 12th 1980. The Delhi Sultanate faced their onslaught soon after. Mongol attacks on the Delhi Sultanate increased during the region of Alauddin Khalji and in the early years of Muhammadin Tughlaq's rules. This forced the two rulers to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which poses huge administrative challenges. And another one important challenge faced by the Delhi Sultan is that Mongol attacks under the Genghis Khan. Okay, they were coming from the Transaxonia. From there, they are coming and they are always attacking Delhi. Okay, so what is happening? So for protecting the Delhi, Sultan need to impose large standing army in that boundaries. So that is a huge administrative challenges of the Delhi Sultans. Okay, this force to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which posed a huge administrative challenge. Okay, that is about the challenges. First one is administration, Bandagan Muktis and Ikta, all these Ikta Muktis and all these in. Then they were appointed tax collectors and about the tax system, all these things we see. And challenges, first one is that from the Delhi, all other areas were too far. That area Sultan sometimes failed to control. Another one is that the Mongol attacks from especially Genghis Khan. All these things are the important challenges faced by the Sultan. Okay, then two more points only about Alauddin Khalji and Muhammadin Tughlaq. We have to detail see. Next class we can see that one. Okay, so maybe today itself I will give another one video also about them. So that also you have to see. Okay, thank you my children. Read the textbook. If you have any doubt, I will come in the Google Meet in some other classes and we can clarify the doubts. Okay, thank you. Study well, read well and do all the activities very well. Okay, thank you.